Now, I saw this question in the comments recently, 2 or 3 days ago. So this was like a subscriber asked, why are people scared of you? Why are they scared of me? That was the question. If I find the question, I'll share the question with you guys. Now, let's start with a very quick example. Did you guys know that somewhere along your journey, you realize that you run into people sometimes, and you know, you share a word or two. Maybe you meet on a coffee. Maybe you run into them on the way, and then there's this vibe that you guys have together, and then at the end, you go your ways, they go their ways, and then the next day, 2 days, 3 days, they're quiet. Maybe you send a message, and they never responded. You called, they didn't answer. Maybe sometimes you run into these people, and for some reason, they see you coming from the other side, and they make a U-turn, or they may pretend they didn't see you, and they may make a diversion of somewhere. But these are the guys you've met. You've seen these people. You've talked with them even before they know you. Now, this is going to be a very common scenario for chosen ones. Earlier on in your journey, it was too easy to interact with everybody. You had a lot of friends. You was pretty much getting along with everybody and everyone. Life was a little bit easier, especially pre-awakening, when you hadn't yet been activated. It was pretty much easier to interact with everybody, date, friends, whatever it is you could do, it was easy. Post-awakening, the rules will change. When a chosen person has been activated, they give off a very strong and vibrant energy. You have always given off a strong and vibrant energy, but you see, there's a difference when you haven't been activated rather than when you have been activated. I'm talking about you have awakened. You came back to yourself, and finally, you are your true authentic self. That is when you're going to recognize that the rules have completely changed and the game has completely shifted. Now, you see, people want to be around people that are easy targets, okay? People want to be around somebody that will not ask questions. People want to be around somebody they can manipulate, somebody that is easy, somebody that, they can do whatever it is they want to do. And, you're not going to see or know what they're doing behind the scenes. But the more you step into your authenticity, you become a very unpredictable person. So the reason why you see people starting to get scared of you is because you're unpredictable. They don't know what it is they should expect. Maybe it has been a woman or a man, and you guys were supposed to be on dates or whatever, go on a date or supposed to date each other. And they're thinking like there's something weird. There is something very strange. They know it is there, but they cannot put a finger to it. They don't know what it is. They don't know what to expect when they're around you. They don't know what to say when they're around you. They don't know how much do you know. So there is that energy of unpredictability. And for a person who engages with you, they're going to be scared of you when they do not know what it is going to happen next. Should they go with you on a date? Should they stay with you as a friend or whatever it is? What exactly is going to happen during that friendship or whatever during that relationship? They don't know what to expect. So that's one of the reasons as to why um, they will be scared of you. Another reason, which is very common uh, with many chosen people, is emotional intelligence. Now, you see, the mind of a chosen one is not like any other regular mind. Like I've said, people are talking about meeting people who can talk about surface level things. And they can almost predict the conversation, you know. They know, you know, what kind of conversation you're talking about, what kind of things you're talking about. They can resonate with pretty much everything. But when it comes to a chosen person, there are people who are extremely emotionally intelligent. Okay, most of the words you will hear them coming out of their mouths will be the words you've never heard anywhere else. Will be the things you've never heard. You may see them doing things you've never thought about. They may point you towards directions you have never thought of. And normally, a person who is emotionally intelligent is also a very um, intimidating person as well. Because every interaction with you, it feels like a challenge. You know, people feel like they're challenged to be around you. There is stuff they know on the surface level, but there is stuff you know on a very deep level. And being a deep diver as a chosen one, you normally um, counter these conversations on a very deep level. And sometimes people don't even know, they cannot even understand what it is you're talking about. So as a person who is emotionally intelligent, it will also be one of the reasons as to why many people will be scared of you. So a chosen person gives off an extremely intimidating energy. Now, you may notice that a lot of times when a chosen person is awakened, um, they start losing people, you know. There is people that used to be around you and, you know, you guys used to vibe and, you know, get along together and stuff like that. But as the time goes on, you start noticing that your circles are becoming very small because you're realizing that um, there is people that have been around you way back in time and, you know, at some point, and not in a very egotistical way or something like that. It's just because you're on a completely different frequency at that time. And many of the people, they are still asleep. Okay, they are still where they have always been, and most likely they are going to be in that same position or place for a very long period of time. And you want to uh, go out there and meet people who are on a similar wavelength like you, which is also very difficult because you realize that not so many people around you get you. There will be people who will get you, but not a lot of them. But when you're talking about a lot of people that have been around you, many of them will be nowhere to be seen. So they will give you distance and they will get themselves out of your life, or you may get yourself out of their lives because you guys are no longer on the same frequency. And when you come to think of it, you still realize that they have developed this strange energy when it comes to you, you know. You've become extremely intelligent. I remember people telling me things like in the early days of my early months of my awakening, I remember people telling me that, oh, you know, we see you talking about things. We don't know what you're saying. You know, your grammar seems to be very difficult. Your vocabulary is very difficult. They didn't know that I tapped into this, you know, this frequency, which most of the time they couldn't understand. Okay. I was on a completely different frequency. And many people thought that I was a little bit too complicated with my words, with the way I move, with the way I think, with things that I do. So it is a very intimidating energy when it comes to people. And sometimes it brings that it brings a sense of loneliness in a chosen one's life because you do respect people, you like people, you do love people, okay? And you really mean well for everybody. But at the same time, there is other people who don't think like that. They don't see it that way, the same way that you see it. And it's understandable. It's not the way that you're trying to judge anyone or something like that. But it's understandable that a person will get intimidated when they're around a person that is very unpredictable. You've changed into a person that they cannot predict. And a person who is extremely intelligent. There is things you know that they do not know. There is things you do they cannot do. You have a person who is like kind of stepped out of their ego, and they have pretty much gotten back into their authentic shell. And that is where not everybody can be. It's not a place where everybody can be. It's a very uncomfortable thing to be your authentic version. So that's what makes you intimidating, because people don't know how to be authentic. People don't know how to wake up and do the things they really need to do. Or sometimes people, you see a lot of times people, they want to go out there, seeking validation, and they want somebody to praise them. They want people to do things for them and stuff like that. But a chosen person is a person who is very independent. You can make your own choices. You can make your own decisions. You decide to move your own way, and you decide to do things that pretty much resonate with your soul. That is what we call authenticity. And people are not there yet. So when you give off that energy, that is exactly what causes this, this energy of where people will, usually be scared of you. Okay. Another thing sometimes you may recognize as a chosen one is that, people, like I've said, they want to be around a person that is going to make their life easier. But you see, when you're around an authentic person, they're not going to make a conversation with you, try to sugarcoat things just because they want to make you comfortable. They will tell you exactly what it is needs to be said. They will do exactly what needs to be done. And sometimes that thing kind of makes people very uncomfortable when you are, it's almost like a mirror. When a person is in front of you and they're trying to hide some things, but every word that comes out of your mouth exposes the darkness within them. So you're like a mirror who is simply a walking mirror who is constantly reflecting back people's energies. And that's why people are scared of you, because there are some people who are not ready to face their shadows. There are some people who are not ready to look at themselves in the mirror, to do some changes in their lives, to make certain decisions. They are just simply comfortable in their little comfort zone. But a chosen one is a person who has already walked out of that comfort zone, and they have learned how to be uncomfortable so that they can be able to change their lives. And as you keep on going along with life, you are constantly going to mirror back people's actions and behaviors. And people don't want to see that. They don't want that experience, because it makes them feel some kind of a way. That is also one of the reasons as to why very many people will be scared of you. Now, there will be people who will be scared of you, but there will also be people who will usually try to approach you. As a chosen one, you're also a person who is here to help other people. But for you to be able to help other people, you need to help them by showing them what the truth is. So you need to address their wounds. Not in a way that you want to hurt them, but you just want to point out the things that they really need to face and they really need to deal with, so that they can be able to become their greatest versions. And some people will be able to understand this. You will talk to them, you will help them, they will make some big changes in their lives. But most of the people, they will not usually have anything to do with that kind of energy, and they will usually run away from you. Okay? So it's not personal. When you see people that are scared of you, and people don't want to approach you, people are ghosting you, people are kind of somewhere in the corridors talking about you, different kinds of names, calling you this and calling you that, you just have to know that it's not personal. It's just because you're simply a person who is a walking trigger. You keep on triggering people's inner insecurities and the things that they're not ready to deal with, and that's the reason as to why they're not ready to face their shadows. And whenever they come around you, those are the things that you remind them. It's like we remind them of the things that they need to do, or where they need to move, or the changes they need to make. And some of them are not ready for that. So that's why a lot of people are scared of you. I'm sure that many of you guys resonate with this video. Let us know if that's the case. You guys know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's almost signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.